Hello everyone, Karen Cecilia here. I can't tell you just how excited I am about the politics that is taking place now in, in the United States. I mean, we have not had exciting politics in Jamaica for a while. I mean, it's the people on social media that keeps the politics exciting in Jamaica. The social media people, not not the leaders, not the people who wants to be members of parliament, not the people who want to be ministers, not the people who want to rule us. They have not brought any excitement or any kind of enthusiasm to the politics. It is us on social media who bring this. But today, Sunday, July 21st, 2024, wherever you were at about 146, 147, or wherever you were when you got this news that Joe Biden is stepping down as the presumptive nominee for the Democratic Party for the 2024 general elections in the US. Wherever you were when you got this news, mark that down. Mark that down in your mind, mark it down in your head, mark it down in a book, put it in your journal, whatever. Just mark that down and say, this is where I was when this came. Because this, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to go down in history of one of the greatest days in history in this 21st century. This, I mean, is not the first time it has been done, but this is different. This is very, very different. And the politics that we are also involved in and emotive about and get also wrapped up in it because of our belief systems or the people that we say we support or the people that we say we love. I don't know really know if no politicians in this country have no great love for them. People love some of them politicians, yes, but that national love, none of our politicians don't have that anymore. Don't matter Labour or PMP. No, there's no national love for no politician. Politicians have love among certain people, people in them orbit, people in them party, people in them constituency, but that national love, it do exist. And it's because of that lack of national love why some of us experience the pain and the disappointment that we experience when the politicians disappoint us. So it goes without saying that today is a wonderful day. And why is July 21st, 2024 a wonderful day? Because Joseph Robinette Biden, the oldest president ever in the United States, decided to step down from his being the nominee and candidate for a second term presidency. He decided to step down. Yes, there was a whole backlash on him for the last 25 or so days, where people coming out and saying him should step aside because of the performance in the debate, because of the performance at the press conference, the NATO press conference, the performance with the sit down with Lester Holt, and all of those things just showed up his age. What is Joe Biden guilty of? He's guilty of being old. That's all he's guilty of, being old. But with all that was going on, and all who were behind the scene maneuvering and calling for him to step aside, the only thing that Joe Biden had to do is listen to everybody. But I want to tell you that Joe Biden never have him no must have to step aside. Him didn't have to. He just didn't have to. He could have gone to that convention with him 3,000 delegates who were going to support him, and they would have nominated him, and he would have been the candidate without a shadow of a doubt. Greatest day in political history. It has been 56 years since Lyndon Johnson, who took over when President Kennedy died. When they shot President Kennedy and killed him in Dallas, Lyndon Johnson was President Kennedy's vice president. And on that plane, with President Kennedy's dead body on the way back to Washington, and his wife Jackie Kennedy standing there in her pink suit, all bloodied with her husband's blood, that Lyndon Baines Johnson was sworn in as the next president of the United States, because he was Kennedy's vice president. And he served the rest of Kennedy's term. And when it was time for him to to offer himself to run, him just announce him nah bother, him nah take that on. Because he was old and him never want to take it on for a number of reasons. Basically the same reasons that led President Biden to make this decision today. And I'm telling you, Johnson withdrew from running to get his own term as president. And both men, Johnson and Biden, did so for the very same reason. For Joe Biden, it's an act of heroic patriotism, an act of deep love and commitment to the idea of the better angels around us. Which politician you know, any of you that would listen to this, which politician you know that would have stepped away from this? I mean, politicians are so egotistical. Politicians, them heads so big and them all wrapped up into themselves. Which politician you know would have stepped away from this? Joe Biden was making the case against those who were saying for him to withdraw that he has not yet seen a poll that say him do have a path to victory. And remember, the US is not like Jamaica. It's not popular vote win the election. It's electoral college. And while there are a set amount of Democratic states and a set amount of Republican states, there are about 8 to 10 other states that determine the election. And that electoral college is where it's important. States like Michigan and Wisconsin and Iowa and Pennsylvania and Ohio and Florida. Well, Florida has become red, so it's not even a swing state anymore. But states like Georgia has now become a swing state. But the next one named down in Arizona has become a swing state. And those are the states that you need to have a good grip on in order to come home with a victory to make the electoral college. And maybe, just maybe, Joe Biden could have survived this because nobody couldn't stop him from taking nominations. And nobody could have between him and Kamala. Nobody could have stopped them. They could have gone to the nomination, to the conference in the convention in August, and their names would have been entered into nomination. Joe Biden for president, Kamala Harris for vice president, and the 3,000 delegates that Joe had would have voted for him because throughout the last 25 days, he never lost one. Never lost, not one delegate came out and said that him should step aside. The congressmen and the senators and them people, them are what you call super delegates. They are delegates but super delegates. The delegates that Joe Biden has, that he got in the primary, 14 million voters voted for him. Those are delegates in the communities. And not one of them wanted him to go because he had the support of the Black Caucus. The Congressional Black Caucus. He has their support. Is one member from that caucus calling him to step aside. He had the support of the Latino caucus. He had the support of the unions and the teachers union. And the teachers union separate from unions because they're a special breed of people. Nobody could do anything about it had he decided that him going forward in the convention and allowed him 3,000 delegates them to go vote for him. Nobody could have stopped it. And he would have gone. And maybe he would have lost to Trump. But that is how politicians are. Them egotistical. And think that them alone can do it. And them now give it up. But not Joseph Biden. Not him. Not Joseph. Not Joseph Robinette Biden. Not him. Decent guy. Courageous guy. A man of strength. An act of courage that Joe Biden showed the world on the 21st of July, 2024. A great act of courage. Can you imagine? You have a chance to run back as president because nobody couldn't stop him. And he decided not to take it. We understand that it was last night that his team brought him a new set of data and told him that all the paths, because for the last couple of days, his team have been saying that him have a path to win. And I have no doubt that they did, because Biden is not a liar. Biden is a decent, honorable man. The whole world knows that. But they came back and they said to him, all the paths that we had to winning have disappeared. We have no path to win. And that's when Joseph Biden decided that I'm going to step aside and I'm going to endorse in Vice President Kamala Harris, whose father is a Jamaican. And I'm feeling extremely high right now. High not only for Kamala Harris, the potential first woman, black woman, with Jamaican heritage to become President of the United States. Not only that, I feel high because of the heroic act, the courage of Joe Biden to step aside and endorse his vice president. Those politicians don't exist anymore. And that is what the world needs. Leaders who will see when it is time to step aside. Leaders who will say, I am doing this for the benefit of my party. I'm doing it for the benefit of my country. Joe Biden he knows that if he stays, there's a possibility that he's going to lose and Trump will become president again. Joe Biden thought about that long and hard because he was the one who defeated Trump in 2020. Take him out completely and send him mad in because, Trump mad in all over the place. Joe Biden was the one who sent him into mad frame of mind. Joe Biden was the one who prosecuted the case against Trump and won. And Joe Biden can't stand the thought. Cannot stand the thought after so much progress that Joe Biden has done over the last 3.5 years. He can't stand the thought of a Trump back in the White House leading the United States. Him can't stand. In mind probably flash to where America would be headed if that should happen. And so he stepped up and decided that he's going to be the sacrificial lamb. He's going to make that sacrifice not only for his party but for his country, to save democracy in his country. And I don't know if many of you understand the gravity of that situation. I don't know if any of you grasp the enormous amount of courage that it takes to do that. And maybe, just maybe, the world at the end of November, on November 5th, 2024, the world might breathe a sigh of relief and say thank you for saving us 4 more years of this. Man will get shot and bandage up his ears. Thank you for saving us of that. I mean, it would have, on November 5th, 2024, if Kamala Harris is successful to be the first female president of the United States, first black woman to be president of the United States. If she is successful, I am hoping that the world will not forget, in their sigh of relief, to whisper under their breath and say, thank you, Lord Jesus, for Joe Biden. Thank you, Lord, that you showed him the way. Thank you, Lord, that you bless his heart and make it, and cause him to be a good man, a decent man, a courageous man, a heroic man. Thank you, Lord Jesus. So write down today's date. Write it down. July 21st, 2024. Try and remember where you were when you got this news. Try and remember and mark it in your memory forever. Because this one historical moment might turn out to be the moment that save us all. No matter things, sir, you can stay in Jamaica and think that you have business with the United States, you have better business. Because the whole want to go there. And somehow will live there under harsh conditions. And I don't need to tell you that Joe Biden has been the most consequential president in the history of America in 3.5 years, in terms of the things that he has accomplished and what he has done. And I have no doubt in my mind that for the next 6 months, I'm going to do more. No doubt in my mind about it. So I wanted to share my enthusiasm and my sense of joy and comfort that there still is among us courageous men. And there still is among us men who lack courage, men who lack any kind of idealism to make any kind of sacrifice for their country and for their party. Men like Mark Golding and Peter Bunting and Dayton Campbell. Women too, like Angela Brownburk. People who want to hang on to power whether they win or lose. People who will hang on to power no matter what the country, no matter what crisis the country might be in, no matter what the country might need, them not giving up that power. Them basically saying to us and saying to themselves, to hell with the country. To hell with the people who depend on us. To hell with the voters of the People's National Party. We are keep of power. Everybody else can go to hell. And my God, we need this. We need our leaders and the politicians to inspire this kind of courage and patriotism in our daily lives. Our young people need it more than anything because they have absolutely no idealism about them. Their idealism is their phone and them TikTok and them clothes and them hair. That's their idealism. There are no idealism amongst our young people. Them don't idealize. There's nothing to mobilize them the better angels within them. They are selfish and self-centered. It's about self. It's not about community. Very few. There are some that exist. It's about community. But for most of our young people, there's nothing about community. Nothing about helping each other and being better for their community and for their country. And that we lay at the feet of not only the parents, but mostly our leaders. The parents do their best, but it's mostly our leaders, the people who lead the country, the people in business, the people in the church, and certainly the people in politics. It is them that cannot mobilize our young people to have any level of idealism. The kind of idealism that John F. Kennedy instilled in America that started the National Peace Corps. Idealism. None of that kind of idealism that Martin Luther King, while fighting for racial equality, also instilled idealism into the young people of the day and let them know that it's not just about you being equal as a black child or having the same opportunities as a black child, but it is also about doing what is right and doing what is good, doing what is just. It's also about being patriotic. It's also about being courageous. We don't have those leaders in Jamaica. We don't see them. They might exist, but we don't see them. They are missing. They are busy looking after themselves and them friends. Them don't have time to instill idealism into our young people. Them don't have time to stand up for anything. And here we are. God bless Joseph Robinette Biden. God bless him indeed. And I pray the good Lord will keep him safe and sound and help him through the next 6 months to finish his presidency and to help Kamala Harris to campaign and bring home the bacon, because that will help Jamaica. It will. But I'm feeling high. I'm feeling motivated. I'm feeling enthusiastic. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it not because of the excitement that a Kamala Harris candidacy could bring, the result that it could bring, not only because of that, but my feeling deep is mostly about the act of heroism and courage by an 81-year-old man who never had to do this. I want to understand me repeat it. He never had to. Them saying that him for drop out, him say him a run. Nobody could stop him from run. Nobody. 100 of them could have come out and say and talk until August at the convention. He would have gone to that convention. Him delegates would have voted for him, because the black people, them are the people out in the communities, them still did a ride with Biden. Them still have up them riding with Biden tag. I was sending it out and them on social media and them doing them YouTube channel. People like Roland Martin and the whole of the black people them out there riding with Biden. So he never had to. That, ladies and gentlemen, is what I'm talking about. He never had to. And that is what I'm talking about. And I want you to look at Joseph Biden and look at the leader of the People's National Party, Mark Jefferson Golding, a British white man, British citizen, who hang on to the People's National Party because him thinking pay feet and him own it. And no matter what anybody say, him a hold on to him power, and those who are back him up want hold on to them power too. Them do not care about what happened to this country, the People's National Party. None of it don't matter to them except them own power. And I want you all to take stock, particularly you, the Jamaican people who are going to be able to cast a vote when the next election is called. And I soon send out videos and the people that I want them to consider not voting for. And now you have more reasons. When I start sending out those videos, you will have more reasons as to why you shouldn't vote for some of these people. I am feeling great. Really, really great. It's like, I got a shot of something, I don't know. But I'm feeling good. And as I say, I'm feeling good because an 81-year-old old man decided that his country means more to him than running for president again, and still up on the high about it, and probably win or probably lose. Him decides him not take the chance. Him still want to save democracy from a madman. Him still want to do the right thing, and that is what gives me the high. That act of courage. That I pray that it will give you that too when you listen to this. Please remember to like the video. Please remember to share it and put in a comment. And if you have not yet subscribed, please do so. God bless you all. Stay safe, everybody. And please keep our children safe.